Country Jam 2023, and I'm here with Lainey Wilson tonight. You're back again for a second year. How does it feel?
I'm so glad to be back. I feel like I'm at home. I look around and I'm like, man, this feels like home turf. It feels good to be back.
Okay. I wanted to jump into quite a few projects that you've had going on lately. You've had quite a few collaborations with Hardy, with Jelly Roll. How has it been collabing with other artists now that you've gotten a bigger name for yourself?
Man, I love it. I love being able to share fans. I love being able to learn something from the other artists. I think when you collaborate, you come together and you learn something about yourself that you didn't know before. And I'm all about learning and growing. So I love collaborating. We've got many more coming.
Okay, I was gonna say, can we get a little more insight on if you have any more collaborations in the works?
Well, I do have one with Dolly Parton coming, and
our meteorologist is going to love that. He's a huge fan of Dolly.
Me too. I mean, who's not? I kind of feel like if you're not a fan of Dolly, something's wrong with you. But yeah, it's a Judd tribute record, and I got to do a song on there with her. And the first time I got to hear it back, like signed, sealed, delivered, it was a moment that I'll never forget. I mean, she's my hero. She's the person that I look up to, and I think, how did she go about the way that she navigated this industry? And I think she's a good one to learn from, for sure.
I wanted to jump a little, transition into Yellowstone. We know that you've done that. So how does that differ from being on stage? Or is there a different approach to it?
I will say there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. But for me, learning the script was kind of like learning a song that I didn't write. I do find it a lot easier to learn a song that I wrote because I came up with it. But it's about feeling it. It's about not learning the words too much, whether you're on stage or in front of the camera. It's about making it feel conversational. So that's the similarities. But I learned that I love it. I mean, this is my first go at it, but I stepped outside of my comfort zone and I did it, and I'm ready to do it again.
Okay, so you're coming off of a couple awards too, Album of the Year as well. It's a pretty big one. Has that changed kind of the approach of how you've done music? Does it change maybe what you're going to do in the future? Oh, this is working, this isn't?
I feel like at this point, people are just starting to get introduced to me. And I feel like at this point, we're not going to try to fix something that's not broke. Of course, I'm growing as a songwriter and as a singer. And you're going to see, as my life changes, as I'm in a healthy relationship, that's going to come across in my music. It's really exciting to think that I'm going to be able to write about whatever I'm living at that moment. And it's important for me to do that because I want to share my life with people, and songwriting is the thing that has saved my life, and I'm so thankful that I get to share that part of me with the world.
Before we wrap up, where can people find Lainey Wilson coming up in the future? Where are you going to be at? Is there any new albums in the future?
Where are we not going to be? That's the question. We are touring all over. We are currently on the stadium tour with Luke Combs, and so we're playing for 65,000 people at night. It's been wild, and especially doing that with him because he's been a dear friend of mine for years. He used to come over to my camper trailer where I lived, and we'd write music together. And then I'm going to be on the Hardy tour in the fall, and so it's going to feel real good to be out there with my brother and be able to sing our song "Wait in the Truck" together every night. A lot of cool, exciting things. Of course, I'm always working on new music. I'm working on new music before the record even came out. So, yeah.
Lots of fun stuff. Thank you so much for joining me here today.